Hello. Today's topic is don't rely on others for motivation. Build the power to control it yourself. When it comes to studying or working, people always talk about motivation. You often hear things like, I can't do it because I'm not motivated, or I finally felt like studying after my teacher encouraged me. But here's the truth. As long as you wait for someone else to raise your motivation, true growth will never come. So today, based on my experience as a tutor, I'll sure I'll share one why motivation should be controlled by yourself, and two, and how to actually create your own motivation. um, Back when I was teaching at the cram school, I often said this: don't expect your teacher to give you motivation. Control it yourself. At first, it might sound cold. In fact, some students said, I want more encouragement. But what I cared about was helping them develop the strength to keep learning in any environment. Because if you rely on a teacher or a parent to raise your motivation, it only works temporarily. And what happens? Sorry. What happens when your teacher changes? What happens when no one is there to cheer you on? If your motivation depends on others, you'll stumble every time your environment changes. So, how can you increase motivation on your own? Here are three approaches I've recommended in class and at work. 1. Change your perspective. The same task can feel painful if you think this is hard, but it feels positive if you think this means I can still grow. For example, if you score badly on a practice test, don't say I have no talent. Say instead I still have room to improve. 2. Set a purpose. Don't just think I have to do this. Instead, see it as a unique chance to gain experience that others can't. If you believe this experience will become my strength, even unpleasant tasks will start to have meaning. 3. Talk to yourself. When you don't feel like doing something, ask yourself, how will this experience help me in the future? What kind of person will I become if I complete this? By questioning yourself, you can draw out your own motivation. I kept telling my students, motivation is something you create yourself, and as a result, not everyone but many of them kept studying even after their teachers chanced. Some even told me, I can motivate myself better than before, or I've learned how to push myself with my own effort. That's the power of learning to generate motivation from within, instead of depending on others. Of course, not every student succeeded. With a large group, I sometimes wish I could have given more personal support. But one thing became clear: Motivation isn't something you're given, it's a skill you can train. And this isn't just about kids. Adults also often say, I'm tired, or I don't have time, or I'm just not motivated. But as adults, it's even more important to control motivation ourselves. For example, when you are given a boring task at work, you have two choices: see it as annoying or see it as a chance to gain new experience and move ahead of others. Which outcome you get depends entirely on your mindset. Motivation is not something to depend on others for. It's something you create to yourself. You can raise it by changing your perspective, finding your purpose, and talking to yourself. If you build the habit of controlling your own motivation from childhood, it becomes a lifelong strength. Don't leave your energy in someone else's hands. Grow the power to control it yourself. That power, I believe, is the greatest weapon for continuing both study and work. Thank you for listening.